Your dog cried when you came home happy last night. You probably didn't notice, not because you weren't paying attention, because what you saw looked like excitement, like jumping and spinning and the kind of energy that makes you smile after a long day. But scientists measured what was actually happening, and what they found in the tears running down your dog's face was not excitement at all. It was something older, something deeper, and something that will permanently change the way you see the animal waiting for you at the door. In 2022, a research team at Azabu University in Japan published a study in the journal Current Biology that sent a quiet wave through the behavioral science community. The lead researcher was Professor Takafumi Kikusui, one of the world's foremost experts on the human-dog bond. And what his team set out to measure was something nobody had thought to measure before: tear production in dogs during emotional reunions. The methodology was precise. They used a standardized test called the Schirmer tear test, the same test veterinarians use to check for dry eye, to measure the volume of tears produced by dogs during 3 specific scenarios: reunion with their owner after a separation, reunion with a stranger, and neutral baseline moments with no reunion at all. The results were not subtle. Dogs produced significantly more tears when reunited with their owner than in any other scenario. Not a marginal difference. A measurable, statistically significant increase in tear volume that appeared specifically and almost exclusively during the reunion with the person they loved most. Dogs cry when they see you, and they cry most when you are happy to see them. But here is where the study goes somewhere unexpected, because Professor Kikusui did not stop at measuring the tears. He and his team wanted to know what was driving them. What was the biological mechanism that produced this response? And what they found reaches back into the evolutionary history of the human-dog relationship in a way that is genuinely difficult to sit with. The answer involves oxytocin. Oxytocin is the hormone responsible for social bonding in mammals. It is released during moments of love, trust, connection, and reunion. It is sometimes called the bonding hormone. And what the Azabu research team found is that oxytocin, when administered to dogs before a reunion, significantly amplified the tear response. More oxytocin meant more tears. Your dog's tears are not a random physical reaction. They are a direct biological expression of the bond your dog feels with you. The same hormone that fires in a human mother when she holds her newborn child. The same hormone that floods the brain during the deepest moments of human connection. It fires in your dog when it sees your face. Now here is the part of this science that nobody talks about, because the Azabu study was celebrated for its warmth. Dogs cry because they love you. What a beautiful finding. And in the celebration, something important got buried. The dogs that showed the highest tear response were not always the happiest dogs in the room. Researchers in follow-up behavioral studies noticed a pattern that complicated the heartwarming narrative. The intensity of the emotional response during reunion, the crying, the jumping, the spinning, the physical overwhelm, correlated not just with bond strength, but with anxiety levels, with the degree to which the dog had been distressed during the separation itself. The dogs crying most were often the dogs that had suffered most. What looks like the purest expression of joy on the outside, your dog losing its mind when you walk through the door happy, is in many cases a system that has been holding itself together through an absence and is now releasing the tension of that absence all at once. The tears are real. The love is real. But underneath them, in some dogs, is a level of distress that the reunion is resolving. Not just happiness arriving, relief that the worst fear did not come true. Every time you leave, your dog does not know if you are coming back. We covered that in another video on this channel. And now add this to that finding. When you come back, especially when you come back happy, with high energy, with the kind of presence that tells your dog's nervous system that everything is safe, the emotional release that follows is so complete that it produces tears. That is not just excitement. That is the resolution of genuine grief. There is a finding from the Azabu study that I want to sit with for a moment, because I think it is the most important thing in this entire video. The researchers tested whether dogs also cried when reunited with strangers, even strangers they had met before, even strangers who were warm and friendly and gave them attention. reaction. They did not. The tear response was specific. It did not fire for familiar people. It did not fire for friendly people. It fired for one category of being only, the person the dog had bonded with. You. Not because you feed it, not because you hold the leash, because somewhere in the biology of this animal, in the hormones, in the neural pathways, in the tear ducts that most people did not even know dogs had, there is a system that is calibrated specifically to you, a system that tracks your absence, that holds itself together while you are gone, that releases everything when you return. And that system is not metaphorical. It is not anthropomorphism. It is measurable. It was measured in a peer-reviewed journal by scientists who were as surprised as anyone by what they found. The reason this finding breaks something open is not the tears themselves. It is what the tears tell us about the inner life of the animal we share our homes with. We have spent a long time debating whether dogs have emotions in any meaningful sense, whether their apparent feelings are real or simply behavioral patterns we project our own meaning onto, whether the love we think we see is love in any way we would recognize. The Azabu study does not end that debate, but it moves the needle in a direction that should make every dog owner pause, because you cannot produce oxytocin-driven tears in response to a specific individual, not a category of individual, a specific one, without something that functions like recognition, like attachment, like care about the outcome of that reunion in a way that goes beyond conditioned response. Your dog is not just happy when you come home. Your dog is relieved. Your dog has been waiting. Your dog has been holding something. And when you walk through that door happy, when your energy is high and your presence is full, and the reunion is everything your dog's nervous system was hoping for, that thing it has been holding releases. In tears, it did not know it was producing. In a response, it cannot explain. In a biological event that science has now documented and named and published in one of the most respected journals in the field. Your dog cried for you today. It will cry for you tomorrow. Not because it is sad, because you came back, because you were happy, because for one more day, the worst thing that could happen, the thing your dog's ancient nervous system has been bracing for since the moment you left, did not happen, and that was worth crying about. Subscribe to PawAndBrain. Every video on this channel is one more layer of the inner life of the animal that chose you. The science is always stranger and more beautiful than you expect. I will see you in the next one.